Upstate golf guys, we're back again. Grip it, rip it, let it fly. We play to win, never lay up. That's the play. From tee to green, golfing every day. With RGB, scram. 518, Mikey and Anthony. Then high dreams, feel the breeze. Fairways calling down the tees. Roll it smooth, the body's tight. Drip on the green, yeah, we're rolling right. Addicted to golf, we're on the dance floor. Tee it up once, then we want more. Swing and shine, we're keeping score. Tee it up once, then we want more. Then we want more. Then we want more. Early shots at Fair Park, rise and grind. Upstate crew locked in that perfect line. From sun-up swings to twilight fades. Upstate vibes, no charades. Anthony's on the mic, passion's pure. Golfing crew, that's the cure. Addicted to golf, we're on the dance floor. Hit that fade, then chase for more. For Upstate heart, we ride the score. Tee it up once, then we want more. Then we want more. Then we want more.
And welcome back to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. I have been looking forward to this episode and getting this guy on the pod. But before we get rolling, I want to give my sponsors a shout out. First, we got 88linksgolf.com. 88 Links Golf specializes in some of the freshest and most comfortable golf shoes in the game, but they don't just stop there. 88 Links Golf also has hats, polos, gloves, ball markers, and so much more to keep you looking sharp from tee to green. So if you want premium gear with clean designs and everyday comfort, head over to 88linksgolf.com and use Upstate20 at checkout to save yourself 20%. And of course, I have to give a shout out to my newest sponsor, Hudson Valley Indoor Golf, hvigolf.com, the home of year-round golf in the Hudson Valley. Rain, snow, or upstate winter, shutting everything down doesn't matter. HVI keeps your game sharp with top-tier simulators, real course play, lessons, leagues, and a space built for golfers. Book your tee time now at hvigolf.com and keep your swing in mid-season form all year long. Don't forget to tell them the Upstate Golf Guy sent you. I have my co-host RGB with me tonight. What is up, buddy?
What up, what up?
Florida Mike, I wish he could be here because he is a huge fan of collegiate golf and some of the younger guys coming up into tour. And this young gentleman that I've been trying to get a hold of to come on the podcast is finally here with us. He's been turning heads since day one. He was on the Junior Ryder Cup. He was a standout at BYU, and now he's a rising professional making some noise on the next level. We are fired up for this conversation. Welcome to the show, Cole Ponich.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming on, brother. Well, first off, let's start off with the beginning. How did you first get into golf?
So I got into golf from both of my parents. I've been playing since before I can even remember. I think they put a club in my hands when I was 18 months old, and I was just hitting balls around the house. And then I got into competitive golf around the age of 5. But the whole story behind why golf is because my dad was a football player, and he ended up having tons of injuries, and that kind of held him back from being able to go to the next level. And I didn't end up having the size anyways to be able to play football, but he never wanted me to get into football. And so he picked up golf and decided to get me into golf. So I stayed away from contact sports and all that.
I was going to say golf is a little less of a contact sport. I'm seeing a lot of that these days, even a lot of my friends. I mean, I have kids that are in high school now, and I'm seeing a lot of them keeping their kids out of football just because you're kind of seeing not only injuries, but just the head trauma now, as kids get older.
Yeah, my dad's dealt with a lot of those issues because especially back then they had no rules or they didn't really limit the concussion protocol. They didn't have concussion protocol or anything like that. So
no kidding.
Yeah, because back then with football and everything, they had the 2-a-day practices. I mean, they would literally. I mean, we see it in the old school movies. They run them right into the dirt. That's how
Oh
we
yeah,
grew up. That's how I grew up. Shit.
yeah. He's told me stories and same thing, like literally out of a movie where he would get hit super hard, feel like he had a concussion, come out of the game. They'd ask him how many fingers they're holding up and throw him right back in.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Your head. Who cares, man? You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Walk it off.
Yeah,
Walk
just
it
walk
off.
it off. It's like that movie, Varsity Blues. Remember Varsity Blues with
Oh yeah,
what was his name?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob. Yeah, you're good, Billy Bob. Get back out there.
Mhm.
So one thing I noticed about you, or I saw about you when I was doing some research, was you were on the Junior Ryder Cup representing USA. Cole, that is awesome, man. That is so cool. Tell me a little bit about that experience before we get into college talk.
That's probably still to this day my favorite experience as a golfer. For just like you said, being able to represent your country is. I mean, everybody talks about it, but you don't realize how like cool of an impact that has on you until you're actually in that setting. And it was just like super fun to be a part of such a amazing team too. Like you look at our team, Akshay, he's out on tour.
Yeah,
Mike Bjorn's out on tour. Ricky Castillo, like we had an absolutely stacked team. I'm a little bit behind schedule compared to some of these guys, but hopefully join them soon. And
yeah. Well, you're on the right pace, man. I don't want to fast forward too far to the Korn Ferry talk, but I mean, your first two events, you were 2 for 2 making the cut. I mean, come on, can't get much better than that to start, right?
definitely a good start. First year as a pro was good start.
And I mean, you won your first event. Now what event was that? That wasn't on Korn Ferry. What was that on?
It was just called the Provo Open, so it was a little mini tour event out here in Utah, but still a great field. Like Daniel Summerhays played in it. He's been on tour for 10, 12 years. I can't remember how long his career's been, but it was still a really good field. And so being able to go toe to toe with him, we played together all 3 rounds and get that done was definitely a huge confidence booster to the start of the career.
Raj, minus 20 in 3 rounds. Look at this guy.
I'm looking.
Minus
I'm
20.
looking at some of his stats online right now, dude.
Yeah, he's no joke. He is
Minus
no
20.
joke.
That's like video game stats, dude. That's crazy.
We are both Roger and I go back and forth. We're both 15 handicaps. We're mid 80s.
How long you been playing?
So Roger way less than me. I've been playing about 15 years, and Roger, what about?
I just finished up my 7th season.
Okay.
But Roger's an athlete. He came from being a really good baseball player. He had to learn actually. Yeah, absolutely.
I had to learn how to golf lefty or righty because I'm a lefty baseball player. So I had no lefty golf clubs. So I wasn't going to go out and spend a couple grand on golf clubs. I didn't know I was going to like the sport. So I just grabbed my dad's right-handed ones and figured it out from there.
Yeah, I was actually opposite of you. I played baseball growing up too, but my dad made me bat left-handed in baseball to not mess with the golf swing.
Yep, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I mean, Cole, if I could just putt, then I could break 80, man. I mean, I've had so many rounds, 83, 84, where I've had 5 or 6 3 putts. You know what I mean? It's I could get there. I could keep up with the good guys. It's just around the greens for me still. I've struggled. Yeah.
You just got to get a little work in with me, and we'll get that figured out.
I messaged you, dude. I know you were doing some lessons, man. I'm like, can we do this over video? What's up? Let's go.
Yeah,
I have a mat right here. Let's do it. I'm ready, bro. So, Raj, I actually linked up with Cole through Bryn. Remember Bryn was on my podcast last year?
Yeah.
So Bryn's cool. So tell me a little bit how you know Bryn, Cole.
She grew up like 15 minutes north of me, and so we just played we've been playing a little bit of golf together. She's a member at Ogden Country Club. I'm a member, or I was a member at Oak Ridge, and so we just kind of would go back and forth and play both courses.
Yeah. She was like, you have to get Cole on the podcast. He's like the best golfer I know. I'm like, I'll try. No doubt. So you mentioned on the Ryder Cup, Junior Ryder Cup, you played. I mean, one of the guys that sticks out to me is Akshay Bhatia. He's like one of my favorite guys on tour now. I think he's due to win a few, next year. I mean, he was right there a few times this year. Dude just got that tall, lanky body, and he's got such a good stick. I love watching him swing.
Mean, that kid, like I've said since I first met him when I was 16 or 17, that he was for sure going to win on tour. Just even back then, I mean, I think he's 2 or 3 years younger than me, but just the level of work ethic that he has, even as a 14 or 15-year-old, was crazy to see. It kind of actually pushed me to start working harder, because I can think of multiple times where you're all in the same event. You kind of know everybody you're playing with, like you're at the tournament with. So we'd get done with a round and everybody would go to the pool or go to somebody's hotel room and just hang out, talk. But he'd be leading a tournament by 3 or 4 shots and he's straight to the putting green grinding after the round. Like his focus and intensity, especially from such a young age, was pretty cool to see. And that's kind of where I was like, yeah, this kid's going to win on tour one day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's one of my, that's why I wish Mike was here, Florida Mike. He's one of my other co-hosts. He's one of his favorites. He's like always, every time we were doing picks on the podcast, he's like, I'm going to go with my guy Akshay until he wins one. He's like,
Yeah.
He likes him because he's a lefty, everything. But, so
Real
let's,
quick.
right, go ahead.
Cole, what was like, so when did you start playing competitive? Did you start playing at a young age competitive, or?
Yeah, I started playing competitively when I was 5, and that was when we first kind of moved to Utah, and they only had a boys 10 and under division, so I was playing with like a ton of 9-10-year-olds, and
Were you
I
whooping
think
their ace or what? Were you beating them up?
I was getting smoked by that.
Oh.
But I think that kind of gave me like an early, like from a young age. I mean, I don't remember, but my mom said that just pissed me off and made me want to get better, is because I was just getting beat by all these older kids. And
It's a good way to start, man. It's a good way to start. It's only going to get you better for sure.
Yeah.
So when did you decide, at what age did you decide that BYU was going to be the college you wanted to go to?
So I actually, like, growing up, never really considered going to BYU. I originally had committed to UCLA during my 9th grade year. And that was kind of always my dream, was to go somewhere back in because I'm originally from San Diego. I always wanted to end up somewhere in California. And some family stuff happened. My dad had some health issues, and I got a little more mature and realized I probably didn't want to grow up in LA or spend my college years in LA. And so I decommitted my junior year of high school, and then probably visited about 5 or 10 more schools during like the next 6 months, and ended up choosing to go to BYU, mainly because I think we have 2 of the best coaches in the country there. And I knew a lot of my teammates growing up, which was kind of nice to just start right from the beginning. I was super comfortable, and it was just good to have that, like, that brotherhood and be close with all your teammates.
Talk about 2 different lifestyles choices of colleges too, bro. I mean,
Very,
UCLA,
yeah.
you're going party and you're Hollywood.
Exactly, yeah.
You're doing that. BYU, you got to sign the whole Mormon code there, where you can't drink, smoke, do any of that stuff. Like,
and that's another reason why I did that. Even I didn't grow up LDS. I'm not a part of the Mormon church, but I did accept going there and accept all those. I mean, I knew a lot about the religion from growing up in Utah, but I figured by going there, it'd help me stay a lot more focused. And
you got no other choice but to lock in and focus on golf.
Exactly. It was all golf there.
You're smart, man, because when you said that earlier, you made that, mature decision, made a business decision at your junior year of high school to say, all right, this is my focus. I'm going for a career in golf, man. That's a smart, that's not a decision I would have made at 16, 17 years old. I'm going UCLA all day,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, like, I remember I got a ton of crap when I did that, because people are like, you just hear the 2 programs, you hear UCLA and BYU, and people ask, like, why would you switch from such a big, like, blue blood school to, back then, BYU, we weren't Big 12 or anything, so it was a smaller conference. But yeah, I mean, there were a lot of things that went into it. Another one was just because I felt like when things get tough and if you're in LA by yourself, you don't really have any close friends or family there.
Right.
Who knows what you end up getting into versus me being
business.
You got a lot of people there in your
Business
corner.
decision for sure. Were you there when the local? We have some ties to BYU here in the 518. Jimmer Fredette is from right up the road from us. Were you there when Jimmer was there?
No, I think he was like he was quite a bit ahead of me.
Okay.
But,
That was he graduated like probably 8-9 years ago now, Raj, I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know.
He was ridiculous over there.
It's probably longer than that.
He would throw up the 3 from anywhere, half court, money. I mean, they went really far in the NCAA that year when the year before he moved on to pro. But I think he's playing. I want to say he's playing in like
He
Italy
was
right now.
he was playing in China for a while,
Oh,
making
China.
bank,
Okay.
dude. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
cashing out. So
Yeah.
that's
He
our
just
local,
couldn't. He just
local
couldn't keep
ties
up
to
in the
BYU.
pros. And
That's funny.
NBA is tough. But let's move on. Let's move on to a little more BYU talk. What was? I know you guys, your senior year, you went pretty far, man. You guys were in the top 20, right? Ranked.
Yeah, I think we were ranked maybe like 17th or something like that.
Yeah. Tell me about some of your favorite moments on that run, going to the Final Four with your BYU team.
Yeah, I think probably just how close our team was, and it was the first time that I played there for 6 years because I had a COVID year and I also had an injury redshirt year, and I'd say that team my senior year was definitely the closest and most involved of any team I was a part of. Like, I guess the way we would explain it is like good teams, your coaches are holding the players accountable, but great teams, the players are
Mhm.
holding each other accountable.
Yep.
And that's how that team felt. Is nobody was afraid to speak up. Nobody was afraid to tell each other like, "Hey, we gotta pick it up a little." And I think that's why we went so far, is because we all had like that trust in each other, and everybody held each other accountable to stay focused and work hard throughout the entire season.
And that's a weird aspect too, because like golf as as I'm thinking about this and you're talking, golf is an individual sport, but for 4 or 5 years, whatever you're in college, you're on a golf team. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's totally different because even once you're done and you move on, you're not necessarily on a team anymore. You're out there
Yeah.
solo. So being in such an individual sport, to be able to adjust and find that group setting and that a team bond is, it might be tough to do because there's so many kids when you're coming up. Golf is a me sport, so to have to go in, you know what I mean, and switch it up and be team is probably a lot of guys can't do that.
No, it's tough for sure because, like you said, like there are some guys who are very like, oh, I want to practice on my own. I just want to focus on myself and this and that, and that's fine because that's how it ends up being when you turn professional. But in order to be a good college team, you do have to create that like basketball or football team atmosphere as best you can because you need 4 scores. 5 guys travel every week or every tournament, and you count the top 4 each round. And so, you're worried about your other guys playing good just as much as you're worried about yourself. Because winning as a team to me it felt a lot better than having a good finish individually. Like it's a cool feeling to win, especially with tons of guys that I grew up with and have known since I was 11 years old. So
Yeah, that's even better.
That is really cool. I want to just bring this picture up. This is kind of backtracking back to, I think, to the Ryder Cup days. But who's this guy? Oh, that's Tony. That one's
Yes,
Tony.
sir. Yeah.
And then this one. Who's this guy you're with?
The GOAT.
That's dope.
That is awesome, man. That you got to meet Tiger Woods. So cool, bro.
He's also my favorite player growing up, and so
my God.
that was a dream.
Of course, he's all of our favorite players, man. Growing up, I mean, it's like when I turn on the TV. I mean, I'm aging myself. I'm 43 now, but back when I was 18, 19, and I was really just getting into golf, I was just turning on the TV to look for Tiger Woods. I didn't care about anybody else. I don't, that was the only, maybe Rory, maybe Phil. But it was all Tiger, man. It was all
I didn't
Tiger.
know anybody else. Like back then, I was football, baseball, basketball. I didn't know anybody else. It was. I remember the joke used to be like you'd be watching Sports Center or something. Tiger versus the field.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's not one golfer right now really that you're going to say, maybe Scotty versus the field would be the closest we got, but even that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see, like, Scotty obviously is insane. He's dominated the last couple years for sure, but I don't think we'll ever see Tiger dominance again, mainly because he brought in this whole new wave. Like, he started the competition now is so much deeper, and there's so many guys that are so good. I don't know if anybody, like, if it will ever see a guy that stands out that much again. But
No.
And there might be, that's the thing, there might be, the competition wise is getting better, but there might be better golfers than what currently is out there, what we're seeing now. But because the other golfers are going to be just as good, it's going to look like the
exactly
even playing field now.
Yeah, it's just so much deeper now that I don't know if we'll ever see a guy who just wins as often as he
Just
did for
runs
the
away with it. Yeah.
10 years.
So
Yeah.
Scotty would need 82 more tour wins to catch Tiger Woods just for tour wins. That's a lot. 82 wins.
And then, I mean, that whole, I can't remember what the exact streak is, but that streak of made cuts is to me the most impressive
Oh
stat.
my God.
Yeah.
Whatever
Tell
it
me
was,
about it.
600 something weeks without a missed cut is absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's move on to Korn Ferry, bro. This is pretty impressive, especially your first event. It was at your home course or hometown, pretty close to home.
15 minutes north of my hometown. Yeah. So pretty
All
close.
right, man. So tell me a little bit about that. For your first event, did you have some knots in your stomach?
Yeah, I mean,
tell me a little bit about it.
Luckily, I had played 2 Korn Ferry events as an amateur, 2 different times I Mondayed in as a amateur, and so I kind of knew like what to expect. It didn't seem, I mean, I was nervous because now I'm a professional and it means a lot more to play well.
Mhm.
But I also was at the same time felt pretty I was pretty confident with the fact that I've played that course a million times. I won the Utah State Am at that golf course, and so a lot of good memories. And that's kind of the thought I just kept feeding myself going into the week is like, you play this golf course great. You're super comfortable here. I went into the mindset of don't just try to squeeze in and make the cut. Like you can win this thing, you know. So I think
Yeah,
that's why I
dude.
played well is because my expectations weren't just barely try to make the cut. I was trying to go out there and win.
You were tied for 12th, I believe, after day 2, correct?
Yeah, I think I was like T7 after day 1, T12 after day 2, and then I kind of was always right there. Like it never was super in reach, but like I was never 1 or 2 back those last 2 rounds, but it was within enough reach where if I got it going that I could have made a little run and maybe had a chance, but
Listen, I was super impressed. I was really cheering for you that weekend, man. It was awesome. Just because I kind of had some, we didn't have you on the podcast yet, but I kind of had some ties to you, knowing that you were going to come on the pod, and I hadn't.
We were golfing that day, and you kept coming up to me and telling me his score. I'm like, bro, I'm worried about my own score right now. I remember
I'm
that
like,
day.
yo, Cole's moving up, bro. I'm like, let's go. It's awesome, man. So making the adjustment, what was like one of the biggest adjustments? Going from college golf to professional level?
As far as for myself, I think the biggest adjustment was just realizing that I've got to take it to a different level of hard work. Like there are so many guys out there that want it just as bad as me and are just as good as me. Like I said, there's 3,000, 4,000 guys out there that you've never heard of that are absolute sticks. And so to me, my overall thought on how I'm gonna end up getting there is I've just got to outwork people. And so I've tried to hold myself to a high standard of not practicing when I feel like it. It's more just that's how it is. Like you go practice, you go to the gym, like that's just that's every day. And so I think that was the biggest adjustment for me was just realizing, okay, I got to start taking this as serious as I possibly can. But as far as like the level of competition, I think what I realized by playing the 2 Korn Ferry events was that my good golf, like my really good golf, is good enough to win out there. I truly believe that. But the average golf out there is definitely a higher level. Like the mediocre golf on the Korn Ferry Tour, I can't even imagine what it's like on the PGA Tour. But the mediocre golf is just so far ahead of the mediocre golf in college.
Gotcha. That makes sense, man. What is your strongest feature out on the golf course? Well, I mean, I know you put the ball out there 300 plus yards. Would you say it's your drive?
I actually used to be a really bad driver of the golf ball because I hit it really short. And for how short I hit it, I didn't hit enough fairways. So that was always the thing that held me back. But lately, it kind of has turned into an advantage. I think both weeks out on the Korn Ferry, I was top 10 in driving distance. And it's just a different game when you're in the top 10 or 20 in driving distance, because over the course of 4 rounds, like I'm hitting 2 clubs less than the middle of the pack, and that proximity to the hole adds up over 4 rounds. Like if I'm hitting 9 iron and this guy's hitting 7 iron every time, like I'm gonna get the ball closer if we're both hitting it the same, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge strength of this summer for sure.
and I know you're a damn good putter. I have actually a video I'm going to show now that I'm talking about it. I have your putt that you made to make the cut. I think it was your second Korn Ferry event.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's one of the coolest putts I've made.
Can I bring this up? Do you mind? Let's
Yeah,
bring
go
this
for
up,
it.
dude. Your putting game is fire.
That's yeah, that's like a moment I'll never forget. Mainly because like I just had played so average that whole week, and I was just fighting so hard that back nine. And I'm a big scoreboard watcher. I like to know where I sit, and so I saw on 15 that I was going to need to birdie 2 out of the last 3 to have a chance to make the cut. Had parred 16 and then hit this awful iron shot on 17, this par 3. Just flared it way out right, chipped in on 17 to still have a chance going into 18, and then can that 50, 60 foot or whatever it was.
That's
And
sick.
yeah,
Dude, that feeling must have been incredible. Because that means some cash too, regardless, no matter where you finish, And at this point in your career, you hear it all the time. The grind is real because you got to pay for your own travel, you got to pay for your own stay. It's
Your
not
caddy,
cheap.
you got to pay for your caddy. You got to do all that shit.
No, it is not a cheap sport by any means. Like
No.
that's a whole different level of added pressure to the professional versus college golf. Is I mean, you're fighting to be able to pay for the next week, especially starting out. Like you're not making crazy money until, I mean, you can make really solid money on the Korn Ferry Tour, especially if you have a good year, but you're really not making that good of money until you're on the PGA Tour for the most part. So that this first year, I think I went 7 for 7 on made cuts as a professional. So being able to cash a check every week and putting some of that money back into the next tournament or the travel or whatever it is was big. Because I mean, you hear a lot of guys start out pretty far in the red their first year, just because, like you said, you're spending anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 a week with entry fee, hotel, rental car.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
was that like one of your biggest like welcome to pro golf moments though? Is to like the business side of it now?
yeah, I mean, I kind of had a lot of it planned out, and I talked to a ton of guys about what it's going to look like, but yeah, it's definitely different having to like calculate, okay, how much am I going to be spending on this week, and what do I need to make to at least break even on the week? Like, what place am I going to have to finish?
Right.
You try your best to avoid a lot of those thoughts and just focus on playing good golf, but that's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, the mental side of it, just put more shit on your shoulders for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
So do you have any mentors right now, coaches in the game that you really look up to, that you keep in touch with, that keep you fired up?
Yeah. So my swing coach, his name is Michael Neff. He works for Gears Golf, which is a system where you put a ton of sensors on your body, and it measures all your rotation and different parts of your swing. I started working with him like maybe a year and a half ago now, maybe close to 2 years now. And that I like before working with him, I kind of had gone through a really rough phase in golf. I had an injury. I came back. I was playing awful. Kind of had some thoughts of giving it up just because I felt like I was never going to get back to the same level as I once was. And I started working with him, and it absolutely like the fastest anything's ever clicked working with someone. I've worked with multiple different coaches, but he stood out to me because in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like I noticed a huge difference in my ball striking and consistency. And so I'd say he's like my main coach. And then I work with a sports psychologist here and there also. I worked with him a ton growing up, but now we'll just kind of chat back and forth. Like if I'm super nervous before an event, or um, I have like a lead or close to the lead going in the final round, and there's some thoughts that I don't want to be there, then I'll give him a call and figure out how to get through those. And it's kind of nice just to have somebody to talk to about like, hey, I'm feeling nervous or I'm feeling pressure, and have somebody to talk it out with. So those are kind of the two guys that I work with.
Did that start in college, the sports psychologist, or even younger?
I started when I was working with a sports psychologist when I was like 16 or 15, something
Okay.
around there. Yeah.
Nice.
I noticed that's like a big thing now, especially like in like even younger, like high school kids and stuff, the sports psychology, just to,
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. I mean, that's
yeah.
if I had to really say what I think is the best part of my overall golf game, I would actually not even say it's anything physical. I would say it's probably my mental game. I feel like from all the years of it used to be my biggest thing that held me back until I started working. That's the whole reason I got into working with one is because
Mm.
my mom was always concerned about how frustrated I'd get and all that. So we
Yeah,
started. She
the
got me
pressure
working
you
with.
put on yourself, just the pressure you put on yourself is just,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Especially you're trying to be a perfectionist out there.
Yeah, individual sports are a brutal game in that sense because like you play bad, it's your fault. There's no
Yeah.
one else to blame. So you take all of that blame when things go wrong. And
Yeah.
in golf, I think Scotty said it during the Open or something, but you lose a whole lot more than you win. And so it's a tough sport
Mhm.
to keep that confidence up and stay in a good place.
Cole, I wanted to I forgot to mention this. How did you get into the first Korn Ferry event? I wanted you to say who gave you that phone call for the
Yeah,
exemption.
so I was gonna play in the Monday qualifier. I was in Colorado and played the Colorado Open, and I was planning. I drove there, so I was driving back that Sunday night, and I was supposed to have a 7 a.m. tee time for the Monday qualifier. And I think like 2 hours into the drive, I got a call from Tony Finau, and he's a sponsor for that event, and he offered me a sponsor exemption, which was a pretty cool moment because I was with a couple of my friends, and we had been saying all summer, just get me into one Corn Ferry event, and who knows what can happen from there. And so that was kind of the first, like, yeah, I had played a few professional events and done pretty well, but that was kind of the first, like, okay, it's we're here now.
That's awesome, man. That is so cool to get that phone call, bro. Congratulations on that, by the way, too, man. And
I
finishing in
appreciate
the
it.
top 20 is amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
it's dope.
That's so cool. All right, before we finish, I just want to hear a little more of what's next for you coming up, because I know in a couple of weeks you'll be off to school. Tell me a little bit about that. What's coming up next for you?
Yeah, so I'll be heading out to second stage of Q School, which is actually third stage. It goes pre-qualifying, first
Right.
stage, second
I
stage,
saw
and then
that.
finals. But yeah, so
This is the last stage, correct?
it's so there's finals after
Oh,
second stage.
okay.
But nowadays, if you get through second stage and into finals, you're at least guaranteed some sort of status somewhere.
Oh,
And
great.
so
Okay, good.
so in a sense, it kind of is the last stage because you've secured something if you get through second stage. So yeah, I'm heading
Awesome,
out
man.
to that on the 30th, and then the tournament starts on the 2nd.
Love it,
Nice.
man. So when can I expect to see you in the next Korn Ferry event once all that is all set and done?
Yeah, hopefully just go ball out at second stage and secure that full status at final stage the week after that. And then, I mean, the goal is to just, play well and get it done. And then I've got full status for next year on the Korn Ferry Tour, which would be absolutely huge. But if not, then I'm going to be grinding Mondays and I'm going to figure out another way to get it done. But I think that's the overall mindset going into second stage is yeah, I'd like to get through and it'd be awesome to secure that status right away, but it doesn't have to happen right now. I'm
No,
just going
man.
to, I'm going to stick to the mindset of it's going to happen at some point if I just keep giving myself chances. So
Yep. Look
try
what
to
you
take some
already. I
pressure
think
off myself.
you already proved yourself, bro. You really did, just in those two
Yeah.
events. You did. So what's the and then Korn Ferry? I mean, what is it, like the top 10 or the top? How many of the top get a card for the PGA?
But
What's next after that?
nowadays it's top 20 in the points on the Corn Ferry Tour, move on to the PGA Tour.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
So
man. I
Cool,
can't
man.
wait to see this grind.
Your mindset is golf, 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 golf nonstop. What do you do just to like decompress and relax, man, and take your mind away from it for a minute?
I mean, I really don't do much. Like, I work out every morning and I golf a majority of the day. And I mean, I'll hang out with friends and I'll, I'm pretty easygoing in the sense that like if someone asks me to do something, I'll do whatever. I like playing other sports. I like going outside, whatever it is. But I'm not normally the guy that reaches out and invites people. Like I'm
Right.
I'm fine just chilling at home, watching a movie, watching sports documentaries, and
Probably with the putting green out, practicing your putting or something while you're doing
Yeah.
it.
I mean, that's one thing I have gotten good at, because I used to just, my mind was just so focused on golf nonstop. So I feel like I've really gotten to the point now where when I'm golfing, yeah, that's all I'm thinking about and I'm super focused. But when I'm off the golf course, then I'm not a golfer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a person. I
Fun,
I don't like talking about golf off the course, and
Yep.
it's not something I think about 24/7. I think you need to have the two very separated in order to have peace of mind.
yeah, find the balance, and that just helps the mental side of the game.
For sure, yeah.
So
Cool.
who's your caddy you use now? Do you have a set one, or is it just a buddy of yours, or what's going on there?
Yeah, I've had a few buddies that kind of go back and forth. Like I don't really expect anybody to be willing to caddy for me full time yet, just because it's a grind and I don't really have the money to pay them for it right now. And so I just have some buddies that are willing to help out week to week, and
That's awesome.
yeah, and so that's kind of the plan until I secure some status somewhere. Then I'll definitely start looking into hiring someone full time.
Dude, I caddied one time. It was a 2-day event. It was a member. It was like, yeah, it was all scratch. It was real good golfers. It was something I wouldn't be able to be a part of, but it was at a Troy Country Club, which is a very hilly course on top of it. Roger, did you ever play at Troy Country Club?
Yeah, a bunch of times, dude. It's nothing but hills. Like
Dude,
I told you
was...
prior, I was like, yo, you should go like go for walks, bro, or something. Because
Cool. I'm going to be 100%. I mean, I'm not in the greatest shape. I mean, I'm not out of shape. I'm not, disgustingly fat or nothing, but I just don't really run or work out like I used to.
Yeah.
So I'm going here thinking like I'm confident, I also, we're cart guys. We always are on the cart when we're out golfing. So I'm not really walking courses either. Dude, after the first day, my feet were killing me. My shoulder was killing me and my back.
Lower back, probably
everything. And Matt messages me. He's like, "Yo," he goes, "You ready to go tomorrow?" He goes, "I'm sitting in second place." I'm like, "I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, bro." I said, "I had fun doing it." I said, like being there for like the moment, but I said, "I really don't want to do this tomorrow." But like, he was my good friend. I'm like, "But I'll be there." It was awesome though. But never again. If I start something, I'm gonna finish it, bro. If I start something, I'm gonna finish it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but Cole, we're gonna give my sponsor a quick shout out if you don't mind, and then I'm gonna finish this off with like 5 Spitfire questions, and then we're gonna close out the episode. So we're gonna give Hudson Valley Indoor Golf a quick shout out, and we'll be right back. Before we get back to the podcast, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Hudson Valley Indoor Golf, your go-to year-round indoor golf in the Capital Region. Located at 3143 Route 9, Suite 6 in Valatia, they've got 5 massive simulator bays with over 150,000 courses. So from Pebble Beach to your favorite local track or anywhere in between, they've got it. But it's not about playing the game, it's about getting better. Sharpen your game with PGA Pro Evan Silkworth. He offers private lessons, fittings, and practice programs. They have weekly leagues, and after the grind, kick back at the sports bar with a drink and watch the TV. And while you're at it, Hudson Valley Golf will bring your clubs back to life. From re-grips and re-shafts to lie, loft, and swing weight adjustments, their certified technicians will make your club feel brand new, so you can play better and feel confident with every swing. Check them out at hvigolf.com. That's hvigolf.com. Or go check them out in person at 3143 US Route 9, Suite 6 in Valatia, New York. Be sure to tell Evan the Upstate Golf Guy sent you.
Yo, Ant, I can play Freer Park on there?
Maybe.
I'll have to look into that.
You could probably play local tracks. I mean,
these guys bust my
300
chops, man, because I only play like our home course. I have a season pass, and I play 4 or 5 days a week. So I'm like, yo, let's go play over here. Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go play at our regular course. Like, I hate to leave it. So
I mean, it's really a nice course. It's worth every penny. I love Freer Park. If you listen to the podcast, that's all we talk about, dude. That's all our rounds over at Freer Park. If you're ever up in the area, Cole, I'll treat you to a round over there, man. You can
for sure. Yeah, if I'm in New York, I'm sure I will be at some point. But
yeah, that'd be awesome, bro.
Guys, for sure. Yeah.
My treat, brother. My treat. I'd love to have you. I always love running a couple rapid fire questions to close it out. Best course you have ever played?
Cypress Point in Monterey, for sure. the scenery is amazing. That 15th and 16th hole are two of the coolest holes I've ever seen. And then the whole like atmosphere of the course too. It's super private. It's really hard to get on out there, and they don't allow any phones. And when you hit your first tee shot, it's right there by the clubhouse and by the main putting green, and everybody comes around to watch. And it has like a lot of history and similar vibes to Augusta is what I've heard, which is cool.
That's awesome. That is really cool. All right. I saw you out there practicing in 41 degrees. You're always out there practicing. Would you prefer to practice in the early morning or early evening?
Summer, I'm definitely an evening guy for sure. I love just going out when the course is dead and being the only one out there. But I guess, yeah, winter, I try to just go in the morning and get it done, because no matter what time of day you go in Utah, it's freezing. So just try to get it out the way and move on with the rest of the day. But
no doubt. This is always one of my favorite ones. What's your go-to snack on a course during a round or whatever?
I mean, any type of protein bar. That's pretty much all I eat out on the course. I know a lot of people are peanut butter sandwich or banana, but I'm always just a couple protein bars in the bag and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Most underrated snack is an Uncrustable, bro.
Yeah, my entire team was just all Uncrustables except me.
That's awesome. Yeah, we were trying to tell our cart girl all year over at Fair Park. We're like, can you put some Uncrustables on this cart? Like, we want some food. But all right, last question. What is one golf shot that you will never forget and why?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's a couple different ones I think I could probably go with, but I'd have to say that putt that you showed earlier is one I'll never forget, just because
how much it meant.
And it's hard to explain. But I just like had this feeling that I was gonna make it, and like for it to actually happen when you have that like overwhelming feeling of like I'm gonna get this done. Like I just knew I was gonna birdie 18, and then even when I hit it to 60 feet, I didn't sit there and say like, oh, this is over. Like I told my caddy, I'm like, we're effing making this. Like,
definitely watch this putt because it is no joke. For the listeners that don't go check it out, what kind of break was on that putt, man?
So it's hard to tell in the video, but it was super downhill. And the first half of the putt was just really, really straight. But then probably the last 20 feet had a good 5 to 7 feet of break in it. And so like the percentage of me making that, I was probably less than 1-2%. But I mean, I got up there and it felt like kind of like that Tiger Woods video game. Like I felt like I saw the line and I pictured going in, and then just perfect speed, last roll on the front edge of the hole, which was it's one of the coolest moments I've had in golf for sure.
I got one question quick. So if you're walking up to the tee box, say at a live event or Augusta or something like that, and you got a walk-up song, what's it going to be?
Ooh,
that's tough. I'd have to give that some. I kind of go like I'll get in phases of like, oh, this tournament, this is like my go-to song.
Okay.
Or I'd probably say New Level has been my go-to. I can't even remember who it's by, but the song's kind of just being like, it talks about being addicted to pressure, and so it kind of just gets me in that mindset of like, I love this, I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Love it, man.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cole, do you want to give any shout outs?
I'll give a shout out to my swing coach, Michael. He's got me to where I'm at. He helped me get through some really tough times. And then shout out to Primo. They give me all my gear, and they've helped me out a lot of that way. And then I'll shout out my friend Garrett, who's been there with me through every tournament and does all my filming for social media. And it's cool to have somebody that's in your corner as much as he is. So.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, bro.
Super
well,
cool.
I wish you the best of luck for the future.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Man. It was definitely awesome having you on. I'm glad we finally linked up. And again, if you ever come to New York State, I'd love to hit the course with you.
Yes,
sir. I'll definitely reach out to you guys if I'm out there.
Cool,
awesome.
Man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Cool. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely.
Later.
Thank you again. Bye, Cole.